guys, this is shyamlans speaking, and another Halloween special conclusion is here among me. Now, this is another review for the two M. Night Shyamalan films that I've reviewed. One being Six Senses, is one of my favorite films of all time, and also my favorite from his films. And Signs, his third movie. Now, I'm not going to. If any of you are thinking I'm going to review Unbreakable, no. That's really not a Halloween movie. So, I decided to review his fourth film, and that's his 2004 release of The Village. Now, to me, of all the many people that have said that this movie is terrible, and this is where M. Night Shyamalan was like, he was dead. He had no idea what he did on this. He screwed up his career, and he did not know what he was thinking. The people were probably like, yeah, he probably went all downhill because he just wanted to go a different direction that he didn't want to go. I don't really know, but to me, of all the many people that hate this movie, I actually really enjoy it. Now, I'm not saying it's great. It's not perfect, but not one of his best movies. But I will go into basic plot of this. Now, I've only seen this movie once, and that was a pretty while ago. In fact, this was actually the first movie this. Sorry, it was kind of a bit phlegmed up. Now, this is actually the very first M. Night Shyamalan movie I've ever seen. And then probably you're like, why did you see The Village first? You should have seen the first three of his movies. Well, I first seen this, then Signs, then when I heard about The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable, I've seen them. About around the same time, but no, I think I got it. I don't really remember. I've almost seen every one of his movies or something. Now, the basic plot of this is these villagers are set in the forest. Sorry about that. Some idiots. Well, these villagers are set in the woods. In the middle of the woods, there are these monsters that wear like these red cloaks. You really don't really get a good look at them, like you would, or something like that. I'm just gonna open it up a little bit because it's kind of hot in here. Need a little bit of breeze spray. And they can't go in the woods at all. They can't leave the village, and they have to put a perimeter around. They have to paint yellow over like the trees surrounding the village because the monsters somehow don't like the color yellow. They only like red. Like, even if the villagers wore yellow, they were not allowed to enter the woods at all. And so some people were saying this sounds stupid to you just now, but it's not really bad. I mean, it's an okay plot. I mean, I'm not saying that was a bad idea. I thought that was kind of making the movie a little bit creepy. I mean, every sometime in a while they do come into the village, and you do get a kind of a little glance at them sometimes. And the acting, well, the acting is pretty good. To me, they do a pretty good job. The woman from the Lady in the Water, as the blind woman in this, does a pretty good job. Adrian Brody, he's like one of those guys that acts like an idiot, and they act like a 5-year-old. Like, I think it was like a 30-year-old in this movie. Anybody know how old he is? I don't know how old he was when he made this movie. Well, he starred in this movie. Well, he's like a 30-year-old or something, and he acts like a 5-year-old. You know, those kind of people, you know, I've seen them too. You've probably seen them too. And there's a bunch more. I don't really remember who they were, but they do They do a pretty good job. Somewhat okay, somewhat good, somewhat bad, but not really bad. Just need one up good to, okay. Now, um, the basic scare fest. There's probably nothing in this movie that will probably scare you. So what M. Night Shyamalan built up from like The Sixth Sense being really thrilling. It was an enjoyable film. It was really lovable. You could always remember it being really chilling and nail biting and somewhat scary in some parts. Then Unbreakable came. I know some people say that it's up to great, but then up to bad. Not his best, but I mean, I really loved Unbreakable. It's one of my favorite films of all time. One of them. It's my second favorite one of his movies. And then the scare fest that he brought up, the signs, did a really good job. The atmosphere in that movie was great, but then when he made this is where he all went downhill. The rest of his movies were just downright crap. It was garbage. But to me, the atmosphere in this was okay, but it could have been a little bit thrilling. Most of all, it's kind of a little bit boring for the most part. Not a whole lot of nail biting. Although when it gets nail biting, it kind of like goes into like the woods and stuff. And it's or when they good night. Love you. Yep. Sorry about that. I'm thinking that to my mother. This is probably the reason why this video is getting too long, but um, yeah, the atmosphere in this movie is actually pretty good. It could have been a little bit more thrilling if it wasn't so like boring. But to me, I really enjoyed this movie. Not M. Night Shyamalan's best movie. No, not his best. But it is. Well, I'm not saying it's terrible like a lot of people say it is. But I will actually, on an average scale, I would give this, well, at least a 7. I'm not one of those people that said, like, oh, M. Night Shyamalan, he has ruined his career. He is a stupid director. He destroyed his whole career. Don't even bother watching any of his movies. Well, I'm not one of those people. So, I actually am one of the people that enjoyed this movie. So, yeah. But if you really want to check it out, you can check it out, but just to make sure it is kind of boring. The end is kind of a bit strange, but I'm not going to give it away for the people that haven't seen it. So that was my review of The Village, M. Night Shyamalan's movie that made it go downhill. Okay, now this video is getting too long, so I'll stop it. This is Jazz on Spurtu signing off with some great videos. Hope you liked the video. Alright, see you later.